Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We are doing the final now, episode 10, season 3 of part 1. I don't know when part 2 will actually come out. If I had to guess, probably like 2-3 months away or whatever, somewhere in like October, December, November, whatever. It has obviously not been confirmed. There's probably it'll probably get revealed eventually, like in a month or something, give or take. Anyway, let's get into this review. We're gonna be reviewing the Shatter Dragon episode. Of course, like I said, the final of this episode of this season, part 1. And next season, I'm assuming Thunderfang is going to be a major part of it. There are also some episode descriptions that have kind of been leaked. It's not like 100% confirmed, so I will talk about that in a different video. As for now, things I like about this final. The main bit I do like, let's talk about this real quick. The Jay returning stuff.
Thought I'd lightening up the mood.
And Nia, like, realizing it's Jay. That was so great. Like, honestly, I feel like the way he did it, though, with him, like, with the camera angle turning around, they kind of made it feel like we didn't know it was Jay, but at the same time, we knew it was Jay. Like, I'm pretty sure majority of people knew it was Jay, but I feel like if you're obviously a kid watching Ninjago, you may or may not have realized it's Jay, because, let's be honest, it is, and also, like, we obviously knew before going into it because of the leaks of Ro and Jay, so yes, but I feel like when you're a kid watching it, it would be probably shocking, pun intended, I guess. Yeah, the whole Jay stuff was really good. I'll talk about that later on, because he does have a major part to play near the ending. Also, I don't think I mentioned this in the last episode. Wildfire does eventually come back. I don't know if she come back at the start of this episode or at the end of the last episode. I just can't remember specifically, but like in the last episode, at the very least, it was hinted she was coming back after she healed Roby. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, so I thought I might as well mention it this time. But Wildfire's back, and she kind of teams up with Kyan a lot. Like, there's a lot of Kyan Wildfire interactions here. It's really nice. Kai ends up getting the mech that Wildfire was piloting, because Wildfire got kind of slapped away by Thunderfang. Immediately pulled the ground, and then Kai gets the mech and punches Thunderfang in the eye, which honestly was a great thing. It's just a very Kai thing to do if you really think about it. Kai is nowhere near my favorites of the ninja, but like, he's starting to be more likable than he was back in the day. And also, I do like how the fact that they just punching him in the eye. It just feels like a Kai thing to do, honestly. I will also mention the triple Dragon Rising of Kai, Nia, and Lloyd. That was done really well. It does make sense, as they obviously the Thunderfang the Shatter Dragon gave his power to the Forbidden Five. So it makes sense that the Shatter Spin can, like, Thunderfang can obviously be hit and injured with Dragon Rising. Of course, it's harder, but at the same time, it is a way to defend against his power. I do hope we get more info on Dragon Rising. Of course, we know it was used against the Forbidden Five and it can counter it, but at the same time, like, I want to know who made it. I don't think we actually got, like, any useful. I don't know if we actually know that. Maybe we do and I'm just forgetting. It'll be nice, like, maybe the Arc Dragon Focus made Shatter Spin for the made Dragon Rising for the Mortals, or Rising Dragon, because also it's literally the name of the season. Well, it's season backwards, but you get it. I will say, for people who like Frack and Eren as like a duo team, because of course they know Frack and Eren's history with how they grew up together and they were kind of the best of friends. They do have like a lot of stuff. For example, Eren saves Frack and then Frack saves Eren. That's basically the whole thing throughout the fight. I will say I love how there's like multiple fight actions. I can't remember the last time Ninjago had like multiple people fighting at the same time. I mean, Crystallize, I guess, but like this is just more chaotic, I guess, if you think about it. And I also love how Dragon Rising obviously leads into one another momentarily. I'll talk about that later on, how part 1 leads into part 2. Thunderfang ends up being able to eventually detect that Lloyd's a Source Dragon conduit, which I'm like, if you have like how Raz has his hammer, I'm assuming Thunderfang, like, it's more easier to get in touch with a Source Dragon if they're directly involved with the Source Dragons. Of course, Thunderfang has obviously a history of Source Dragons, and he kind of wants to get revenge on the 6 or 7 Source Dragons, how many there are. And yeah, he basically tries to take Lloyd's soul. First time, Zane ends up interrupting it, so he fails. And then about a couple minutes later, he ends up actually managing to take Lloyd's soul, which kind of leaves his body, it's like a green energy thing. So it leaves his body, and Eren kind of catches him, and you can see how like sad Eren is or whatever. While kind of like the Thunderfang is kind of screaming to the world, saying, "Source Dragons, you can't ignore me now." Basically saying how he's going to wreak havoc in the mortal world until the Source Dragons end up wanting or needing to interfere with him. I'm assuming next season we'll get like maybe Thunderfang versus the Focus Dragon, or at least the dragon that the Source Dragon that Lloyd's connected to with his conduit thing, the Source Dragon icon. I would like to see that very much. To defeat Thunderfang, well, I was wondering how they were going to defeat him in part 1. I thought he was just going to like retreat or whatever. But technically they do defeat him, but of course he's going to come back. More on that later in this review. But basically Eren gets that thing he got from Moro, from the elixir thing or whatever. He helped save Raz. Because he has a flashback of Moro telling him and explaining what it does, and basically he sees from the prismatic blade that Thunderfang is made up of basically all souls, so throwing at it does make sense realistically. It lets all the souls move on, which weakens Thunderfang, and Thunderfang kind of evaporates and dies with everyone getting their souls back. I do want to quickly go to the video just to show you something, but yeah, Lloyd ended up getting his soul back, and basically everyone's happy. All in all, okay, we have this clip. I'm going to put it in slow motion. It's obviously on someone's YouTube channel because they've uploaded it. And I don't know how long these will be uploaded on YouTube because they normally go. Basically, Eren ends up throwing the thing, which I told you about. He ends up destroying Thunderfang. There's a lot of gold things. Then you got these 5 red souls, which are the Forbidden 5s. I didn't see this one first preview, by the way, first watching for it. I had no idea. They end up going back into Thunderfang while he disappears. They all go into him. Now, I don't know if this is because they are basically made up of like Thunderfang's Shatter energy, like their souls are probably purely made up of his Shatter energy, or if the 5 like voluntarily went back and decided to stay within Thunderfang to go to the Spectral Lands. And yeah, I don't know if like I'm assuming the 5 will actually return, which I hope they do, and I hope they are way better than they are in season 3, because honestly I did enjoy them. I did enjoy them in season 3, especially Drix. But at the same time, I feel like they weren't really the main villains. They were also defeated, and I feel like they thought they were too cocky with how the ninja, they were too cocky with how the ninja, not really worthy or something like that. They kind of thought they could just beat the ninja really easy, especially Rocks, especially in episode 6, you could especially tell. But yeah, I thought, so I didn't know this from my first preview. I only knew this because I saw a video of someone talking about it. So yes, all things considered, after all this is done, Eren ends up going back to Lord Raz, and now we have 2 ninjas, 2 people who decide to go with Lord Raz, because Sora goes with Lord Raz to obviously watch out for Eren. I'm assuming her role is probably going to be like something like Raz teaches Eren to be rage and full, and Sora keeps reminding Eren that rage isn't the only thing that goes on, or whatever. I'm still probably gonna hate it, honestly. I hate the whole evil Eren part, because they're 2 of my least favorite characters. But either way, it's so annoying just having them evil. I don't know how long they're gonna be evil. I'm assuming next time Jay's gonna end up telling them that his parents aren't dead or whatever. Hopefully, or if they do, and then Lord Raz tries to deny it, I don't really know what to believe, because let's be honest, if someone tells you your parents are dead and Lord Raz, I feel like at this point, Aaron's just going to believe anything Lord Raz says. So I don't really know what's going to happen there. I'll say I'm not too mad for the fact that like we are training Sora and Eren, like same with Lord Raz for Evil J. Well, technically we aren't training them, but like, Sora leaves, Jay comes in, and I'm assuming Jay's gonna have a big role there. Some episode descriptions that like kind of be leaked. It's not like 100% confirmed, but I will probably talk about them in the future. Well, like after this video, I might do another video talking about them. There's also some voice lines that have been like how much voice lines people have that have been kind of leaked for part 2. So yes, I will talk about that voluntarily. But on CJ returning like fully, he's obviously probably gonna do his own thing, but then I'm assuming the ninja probably gonna needs help to help like track down Eren's parents. I'm assuming they're gonna try find Eren's parents before telling him that they're alive, because Eren might not believe them, or Eren's probably being too infused in rage that he just doesn't believe anything that the ninja say anymore. But from the looks of it, from the promo image we saw of part 2 in with them in Underworld, Eren is smiling, but I'm assuming the Underworld episode is earlier on in the season. So yes, I can't wait for that episode, because honestly, Cruncher and Knuckle, or whatever their names are, they were funny back in the day. I did enjoy their characters. They could be annoying at sometimes, but like as an OG person, it's just nice seeing certain people back. So yeah, that's all there is to it. With Jane knowing also that Eren's parents are alive, because there was obviously confirmed that he obviously knew something from Eren. Even said himself that Jane might be the only one to know where his parents are in season 2, and so on and so on, and everything that comes up forward. I just hope that like Eren believes that Jay knows where his parents are and that his parents are dead. I feel like it's easy, once you realize his parents are dead, it's easy to realize Raz is just tricking you for his own end. Unless like Jay tricks Raz somehow to believing Eren's parents are dead, but I don't see why he would do that, because he does say any knowledge that Jay Walker had in the administration he has access to, so I'm assuming he knows where Eren's parents are too. I'm assuming Raz would want that information, so Raz probably knows where Eren's parents are. That's just my thought though. I will say, Jay does say his parents have been reassigned to a weird place.
I know exactly where Aaron's parents were reassigned, and it's really, really weird.
It's very weird where his parents are where his parents are. So maybe someone higher up in the administration personally reassigned these parents somewhere, or maybe they're held captive in some realm or whatever. I don't really know. I wonder what weird it means in this scenario. I feel like a lot of people are probably going to be theorizing why Jay said it's very weird. Maybe they weren't meant to be like transport weird or something, but he got a call from higher ups to put them to reassign them into a certain place or something. Or maybe they know Eren's potential and they're just trying to use him. Or maybe Raz somehow owns the administration and uses everyone. I have no idea what they're gonna do, to be honest. Or maybe Raz bought off someone in the administration to relocate Eren's parents. It could be anything, to be honest. Before I move on to the cliffhanger, I want to say throughout Dragon Rising, like near the ending of the season, Lloyd will always like have like some downer thing. He's like, oh yeah, this doesn't feel like a victory. Oh, did we really win? All that. It does add to the darkness of it. It's just Lloyd does it like every time. For example, when Jay lost to Neo and they won, he's like, yeah, we may have won, but we've lost Jay, in like a really dark tone. And of course, same with like, Eren at the end of that, with Eren leaving and all that. I can't remember if he did something similar into part 1. I think part 1 was the visions, like season 1 was like the visions part, where he probably like was like, sat where like he was depressed on seeing that big like vision. So maybe, but like he takes it very seriously. It's a bit of an up thing from like how he normally takes it. It kind of reminds me from season 9, ending of season 9, when he says the Oni is coming. So yeah, that kind of reminds me from that. I don't mind it actually. It does feel nice. It's just like he does it every time, and I can't take it seriously at all. But like, it's just nice that Lloyd's being serious and all that. So I find that very nice. All things considered, this cliffhanger, final part 1 was really done really well. Oh, I should probably put this in. basically Moro's doing his duty, trying to pass the limit souls on, and he was probably gonna be busy with a bunch of souls passing over from Thunderfang, and basically Thunderfang ends up protecting himself against the beast that Moro's about to thing. And Moro's is kind of confused on how we can do that. He ends up absorbing the beast that normally try to souls, and then he ends up obviously absorbing Moro, which obviously a lot of people some people like, oh, why did you do my boy Moro like that? I don't think this is the Emerald Shield Moro. Now he turns into this soul. The thing is, people think the soul's Wu. I do want to talk about this quickly. I might make another video on it. I don't know if I will. But people think the soul is like Master Wu, and Thunderfang ends up being Master Wu. I think that isn't Wu. From what I feel like if your soul is like pure angelic good, it just means you're a good person. Because all of the 5 souls, they're completely dark red because they're corrupted beings or whatever. They're corrupted people. So it makes sense for their souls to be completely dark red. I think the fact that Wu's soul is like, the fact that Wu's first pupil soul is also golden, doesn't mean anything. I feel like he obviously absorbed the ghost part of him, and then now he's absorbing the soul. So yes, that's what I think it is. Some people obviously think it's Wu, some people think it's more just more a soul, because Lloyd's soul is also like green or whatever, and it would make sense for like Mora's soul to be golden, because he's like also, if you think when he's Wu's first student, Wu's soul's golden, he's so golden, but at the same time Wu being completely golden soul makes sense. But it doesn't make sense the fact that he came at it of Moro's soul drained, Wu came out of it. That doesn't make sense. So I think that isn't Wu. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a piece of his soul and it's not completely his soul. There is a lot to detail in it, but like I think it is Moro. I don't think this will be the last we see of Moro. I will make other videos on Moro and all that. Like I think Moro could probably return, or at least finally move on. Before I give my ranking on this episode, I forgot to talk about what I was going to talk about, but I kind of just overlooked it. The Dragonians do get free eventually while the final battle goes on, and of course, now that uncorrupted, I do hope we actually do see them again. Whether they're going to stay uncorrupted or not, there's another story. Because I believe from like set leaks, apparently, there's going to be like Spectra Dragonians. So maybe like there's deceased Dragonians from the past that end up going now serving Thunderfang to fight them. And maybe we see a clash between the Spectra Dragonians and normal Dragonians. I don't know. Also, one thing I do like about this episode is while the battle's going on, we see the point of view throughout the whole merged lands of Cole's point of view, Roby's, and even people from the administrations that we've already seen. It kind of cuts to them while the battle going on, because the storm's kind of crossing the whole of the merged land, so everyone's obviously panicking, and Cole's that's no normal storm. It's just a really nice way to show other people's perspective of the battle, and I really enjoyed that part. Before I give my overall review on this, how I rank out of 10, I will say Moro will probably return, and I will also say a lot of people for it, myself included, I didn't know if Moro would have a big part to play in Dragon Rising. He does have a decent part to play. One, he returns in the flashback at the end, and he also ends up being absorbed by Thunderfang, which obviously, is the cliffhanger we got left on. And he ends up giving the elixir to Eren. So I feel like he had a decent part to play in Dragon Rising. And I feel like we will eventually see him again, especially considering I really want to see an interaction between him and Wu, or Moro and Lloyd. Because like that message he gave to Eren, at the very least, Eren should be the one to convey Moro's feelings if they can't, reconnect. Maybe Moro finds a way to resurrect himself fully, which I wouldn't complain about, to be fair. If Moro somehow finds a way to be resurrected, like how Garmadon got resurrected. But I doubt Ninjago Dragon Rising will do that, as they would have something planned for Moro, or they just want Moro to assist Euphrasia with her wind powers. That would also be good. Maybe Moro ends up getting hurt. He's first student. I don't know. Or maybe Mori just stays protected the lands of the Spectral lands, and then Lloyd and that always visit there just to say hello once in a while. I would like that too. Overall ranking of this episode is 10 out of 10, 100%. It's a 10 out of 10 episode. I personally didn't find anything wrong with this episode. Don't think I obviously hated it's the Sora and Eren thing, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna hate the aspect of it. The main thing I hate during Rising 3. The Raz part, I've never liked Raz as a villain personally. Of course, a lot of people disagree with me, but that's just my opinion on the Raz. I just find him annoying. I feel like I like Python more than Raz at this point, just because Python can be like somewhat entertaining. Raz is just always annoying at any time. It's like, yes, I've manipulated you once again. Ha ha ha. That's literally Raz's character at this point. Basically, yeah, like I said, a 10 out of 10 episode. I can't really find anything wrong with it, but like it's full because obviously other than the story with Sora going with Eren to protect Eren from hurting himself or hurting others and making sure he's good, I guess. It's relatively good, and like I said, the main reason I still watch Ninjago a lot of the time is just to like reminisce about old times, and also because of Jay. Like, Jay's my favorite ninja. Yeah, I don't know how I've been able to record a 20-minute review. I've never done this, so I've been talking about a lot of stuff this episode, so it definitely deserves to be 10 out of 10, 100% out of every episode of Dragon Rising Season 3. And I can't wait for part 1. This is also my longest review on Dragon Rising at all. Yeah, I can't wait for Dragon Rising Part 2 to come out. It's probably going to be a couple months if I had to guess. I think I've already said that at the beginning of this review, but I don't really remember. Yeah, I can't wait to Dragon Rising 2 Part 2 comes out, because I'm going to be intrigued to see what's going to happen. Like I said, this is a 10 out of 10 review, 100%. Nothing I can fault with this review. Make sure to subscribe and do all that great things, because it does really help me out a lot. And I can't wait for Dragon Rising Season 2 Part 2 to come out. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Okay, wow. You're a big one.